Hello everybody and welcome to the Stevie P channel, and today we're going to be having a look at the Bulls rating on Rugby 22. So last week we unboxed Rugby 22, we did a live stream, and the first time we played it. Getting there, playing a couple of games. I think it's still probably overly difficult for the person who's never played the game before. But then what we did is we did a video about the ratings that the South African teams were given on Rugby 22, which I thought were pretty harsh. They were actually rated the lowest in terms of the URC nation. South African teams were the lowest ranked. I think it was the Stormers who were actually ranked the lowest of all teams. And then I've got a lot of requests saying, what are the rates of the players? What do the teams look like? Because the URC is fully licensed on Rugby 22, which means that they've got all the right logos for, the Bulls, the Stormers, the Sharks, the Lions. And they've got most of the players, but they do not have the Springbok players. So no Lakanya no Sia Khaleesi, no Morne Stain for the Springbok, stuff like that. No Trevor Nyakane, I know he's left now, but stuff like that. But today, so I thought I'd do a bit of a series. We're going to be looking at each team, going to be looking at their ratings and sort of seeing how close they are. Are they spot on? Do they, what do we think about this? So today we're going to be starting with the Bulls. And if we look at the Bulls, they are currently ranked 71 in the game, which for a team which played the Rainbow Cup final and arguably before the season started would have been favourites to top South African conference or shield and sort of been quite high in the URC log, having given quite a low ranking itself. And if we look at so we'll just quickly go to quick match and go to team management so we can look at the Bulls side. This is what the ratings are looking like, and I think as I said, so you don't have a Johan Khabalak, who's part of the Springbok squad, so he's not part of the game. But Gerard Steenkamp, Jacques van Rooyen, both getting 72s. You sort of wonder exactly what they sort of base it on. Bismarck du Plessis sitting at 87, you can understand. He's played the Springbok legend, so he's always going to have a high rating. But to put these two on the same level is interesting, given that Jacques van Rooyen has played at high levels and played for far longer than Gerard Steenkamp. I also think I look at Walt Steenkamp and Ruan Nokia, and I'm a bit confused as to how, especially when you look at some of the stats and stuff like that, how is Ruan Nokia, who's more influential, stuff like that, in my opinion, probably playing much better over the sort of the course, has suddenly found himself with a lower ranking than Steenkamp. Now, I imagine a lot of this is done on stats, because Opta is a partner and stuff like that, so I'm sure stats do play a large part of this. But for example, you look at these three over here. Master Coetzee at 85, he's a world-class player. We know this, so no issue there. Albert Lowe at 72. I think for young up-and-coming players, I think 72, 73, 71 is about right. Arno Botha at 68 for me seems very harsh. Especially when you look at he's 4 points below Ruan Nokia, 5 below on Steenkamp. Zach Berg at 73, I think that's fine. Jan Goosen, big name at 86. But you look at the rest of the backline here. Shavina Jacobs is 21 years old in like a second season of professional rugby and is ranked higher than Harold Forster, Lionel Pooh, who have been part of box squads, who have played at the highest level around the world. I think that for me is a strange one. As I said, I'm sure they're basing on the statistics of the first couple of games. But surely you have to bring a little bit of common sense. Surely you have to look at the history of these players. Where have they played? Who they played against? What sort of caliber of player they are? Cornel Hendricks has been probably the Bulls' best player for the last 2 years, and yet there are several players who are ahead of him. He's nowhere near the likes of Jan Goosen, who's sitting 11 points higher. David Kriel at 73, I think is fine, but the further into the squad you go, the more sort of question marks you raise. Jacques du Plessis at an 84, but Arno Botha at a 68. That seems very strange for me. Mbrosa Pierre sitting at 73. Mbrosa Pierre has played for the Springboks. So how is he in the same rating as Zach Berger, who's only just sort of taking the step up to in professional rugby now? Similar ratings to Imperial Mantanzima, Chris Smith, players who have never really nailed down a starting spot, and yet a Springbok capped scrum half is a similar rating to them. Jaco Swanepoel 70, but then you look at this. These are Koboka, who in my opinion is the best prop at the Bulls at the moment after the departure of Trevor Nyakane, and he's sitting at a lower rank than Imperial Mantanzima, then Jacques van Rooyen, then Gerard Steenkamp. I don't understand that. Stedman Khan's at 69, fair enough. I didn't play that much URC. Joe van Zyl, fine, Madosh Tongwe, they also haven't played that much at this level. So that. But Keegan Johannes is sitting at 75 compared to a at 73. How is Keegan Johannes, a player who's maybe played 5 professional rugby matches in his life? Probably a bit more than that, but he's ranked higher than Ambrose Appiah. So I know they're going on stats and stuff like that, but surely you have to start, adding a little bit of logic to this. Renan Ludwig's played 1 game for the Bulls, basically. He's a teenager, and he's ranked 6 more ahead of Arno Buerta. He's actually ranked higher than Nura Nokia. So I'm not entirely sure how these ratings have been completely, formed. I mean, Robert Hunt has barely played, and he's got a higher rating than Jacques van Rooyen and Gerard Steenekamp. So I'm sure a lot of this is stats driven, but for me, you also have to then sit down and say, right, this is what the stats have said. The stats have said these should be the rankings. And then, I mean, there are rugby fans, there are rugby writers, there are reporters, go and look at them, go and watch a few games and establish, right, Cornel Hendricks has been playing some unbelievable rugby lately. Let's give him a higher rating and stuff like that. So my first initial thoughts about this Bull squad is I think it's the rankings are quite off. I think that the best players have been recognised in Bismarck du Plessis, Marcel Coetzee, Jan Goosen, those are superstars. But a Jacques du Plessis to be in that company, but a Cornel Hendricks to not be in that company is a bit strange for me. But I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video as well. We've still got the Stormers, the Lions, and the Sharks to get through, so those will be out in the next few days. And let me know what you think.